Congressman, good to have you with us today. So I know you have demanded these documents. As I understand it, you want to see, emails, sort of, gee, we have to go to Matt Taibbi's house, and here's why. That kind of background from these agents. How's that going?
Well, we give them a time in the future to get back with this. We hope they will. I'm surprised that Janet Yellen didn't know anything about this. This is actually a pretty big development in America, in the United States of America, where you're not supposed to have the government being turned on the very people it's supposed to serve, which looks like may have been what was going on here. I think the context is important. Remember, the day before Mr. Taibbi testifies, we all learned that the FTC sent a letter to Twitter asking Twitter, who are the journalists you're talking to, named Mr. Taibbi personally. The very next day he testifies, and Democrat members of the committee ask him, who are your sources? Give us your sources. A direct attack on the First Amendment. And while they're asking him those questions, the IRS is at his door. And think about what it meant to him personally, because they leave a note and they said, don't worry, we'll get back with you on Monday. Holy cow. And this is the IRS. We all fear this agency, and they leave a note saying, we'll get back with you on Monday. What that means for a normal person who has to go through that. So this is why we want to know what's going on. And frankly, we want to know, is there a chance this is one of those new 87,000 IRS agents that the $80 billion was supposed to finance and hire? I don't know, but we want to get answers to those questions.
Could be. I mean, it seems like the only person who might be able to get some answers on this is Matt Taibbi himself. If he inquires about why this is happening, there's reports that it has something to do with his 2018 and 2021 tax returns. What do you know about the circumstances so far?
Well, it looks like someone may have tried to fake his identity. We know that he doesn't owe any money. He's paid all he owes. In fact, the IRS owes him. The government owes him back money. I think he's got a pretty sizable
Maybe they were
return.
coming to bring him a check.
Yeah. Well, what was the line? We're from the government, the scariest, and we're here to help, right? The scariest things you ever heard. Yeah, so I kind of doubt that. But even the Treasury Secretary, in her brief response to Mr. Stewart's questions today in a different committee, even she said this is strange that someone call his accountant, call him, show up at his door, and show up at his door on the day he's testifying about how the government has been working in what he and Mr. Schellenberger described as this censorship industrial complex, where they work with the private social media platforms and to restrict speech and keep information from we the people. I find it hard to believe it's a coincidence. Maybe it is, but I think that most Americans are asking, what's going on here?
Yeah, and I think it's a very understandable question. John Kirby was asked about it as well at the White House. Here's what happened then.
If you could respond to this Taibbi visit by the IRS and say whether this is part of a campaign to harass or intimidate him related to his journalism.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to refer you to the IRS.
No answers there either, Congressman.
Yeah, I mean, the FTC looks like they were trying to intimidate when they asked the names of journalists, personal names, and who else they're talking to. And now it sure looks like the IRS is trying to intimidate. And remember, this IRS under Obama, when Joe Biden was vice president, targeted conservative groups. We know that happened. The Inspector General issued the report. Here we are again now 12 years later. Looks like the same kind of thing's going on.
Yeah, not a lot of subtlety if this is the case. Showing up on that day, that's not really their strong suit if it turns out to be not just a coincidence. Congressman Jordan, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you for being here today.